Hey there team, and welcome back to Buhr Sagath. And this video, this battle, I did try to record it a little while ago, well, about a week ago at this point, but I think the video has probably gone up quite some time ago. But we had a pretty tremendous desync, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. If it does, this will probably be my last go at it. I'm not gonna go through it again. But I'll skim through the armies a little bit faster than I normally do, because I did, as I say, I've done all this a bit. I'll post the video that I'm referring to in the description. If you want a more sort of detailed look at the armies, you can go for that one. If not, then, you know, hey, hang around. So we got Twister here playing as Isengard. I always think Isengard is a very solid faction. Especially in the field. I think in sieges, certainly there's no problem with them. The only thing that they really lack is a good shield wall pushing unit, but they don't necessarily need that, I don't feel anyway. I think they can survive on their quality. Is this really how... Oh yeah, okay, good. No, I was seeing the trees in the distance and I was thinking that, you know, I didn't have that turned up. Turned off shadows though. As I say, I like to make things look as nice as they really can, but I sometimes feel with shadows on, it can be a little bit jumpy, a little bit slow at times. So we've got these Isengard infantry, very solid choice. I think just good grind. You'll get some good kill efficiency on them. Half-orc Spearguard, they can actually do a shield wall push, but they're not great at it. Jeepers, that was fast. We'll go for 0.5, I think. Clansmen there to take a bit of a beating. Half-orc Baneguard, fantastic again. Some crossbows and some archers. Very heavy on the archers, I think, and then including some Snagga that he's no doubt got hidden around. Alert's hunting pack have also been taken. So yeah, and that's where the general is, which is a kind of... Actually, sorry, yeah, that is the general, isn't it? I think so. Yeah. So that is certainly a lot of ranged power from Twister. He's got his trolls too. Not an issue though. Isengard can definitely put out a lot of damage at range. Mark the Knight is his ally, so that's Mirkwood, and yeah, they are definitely going to be having a few more archers. Woodland Realm Patrol there, Hiri Oth and Hiri Lang, no armor upgrades, but on the attack you don't really have the same amount of money as you do on the defense. Hiri Peng there, Hiri Peng. Wardens of Amon Lank and the Hiri Ek duo. He's decided to give them an armor upgrade, which I think is an interesting choice. Certainly allowing them to really take a bit of a beating. I would normally put that armor upgrade on the Hiri Lang myself, but hey, I don't disagree with the thinking. Woodland Realm Patrol again, and some more Hiri Lang with the Elders of the Elven King, and some Elven King Palace Guard. I believe that their armor upgrade is not actually 50, I think it's 70 to give them an armor upgrade. I might be wrong in that, but it is a little bit more anyway. And the Hiri Oth too, so, but anyway, they have received an armor upgrade, nice and sturdy. Gondor, Joey is here with Dorwinion. A lot of his army is going to be hidden though. We'll try and catch some of it along the way, but we can see Nandor Glade Guard, Elvelyn infantry there. But yeah, I think he's AFK at the start of the battle, but that's understandable in a Buhr Sagath siege. Usually it's fair when one attacker does just go away for a minute. Bilbo here, he's got his Veterans of Osgiliath armoured up. Marksmen of Kirandros, more and more marks, more and more Gondor archers. This is where I was starting to get a little bit worried, because he's got a massive amount of archers. Mirkwood's going to have quite a few. Dorwinion's no doubt going to have a few, and Isengard's got quite a lot of them as well. Nimlothian Honour Guard, Fountain Guard, Citadel Guard there, Axemen, Spears, and Gondor infantry with that armor upgrade. I think they do look amazing with it. I think they're quite cool without it, but I love this sort of silver black, or the grey black, instead of like the silver brown look that they normally get without that. Medieval Feud is the last of the attackers here. He's got his Mornon infantry. He's got a Troll Catapult, which is nice to see. Blackguard of Barad-dûr, Orc Archers, then Orc Javies, solid Uruk Captains there, more Orc Archers, more Javies, and the Minas Morgul Chosen. Sauron's well there, and more Minas Morgul Chosen. Orc Fodder, Shadowbows, cool. No like Mornon Archers. That would definitely get me a bit worried if we were seeing that many archers brought, but he does just have a few Fodder Archers to take a bit of a beating. Now we will be slowing it down soon because Gervais has come on out with his Lindon Cavalry. This is often what you get in a Sagath siege. The defenders really don't want to sit behind for too long. They want to get lurching on out there. So we've got Mithlond Lancers alongside some Harlenden Riders coming on forward. Issue with them, of course, is they can be taken out quite nicely by ranged fire, quite efficiently by ranged fire, because of that light armor value that they've got. Wardens of the North here by MP Beckerme playing as Arthedain. The Grey Company, another very frightening unit to have outside. Evandom Spears there with that double armor upgrade. I'm seeing that a lot nowadays. One, it's a very nice aesthetic look to them, and two, it's I mean, they're good. They're pretty good with it. They do become pretty expensive when you give them that double armor upgrade. He's got his Arthedain marksmen marching on over here, and they've not got an armor upgrade, but they are exposing themselves to this valley of death as the Glade Lords are lurking around over there. So, moving on over here, Arthedain Pikes armor upgraded, more Evandom Spears, the Trebuchet, some Dunedain Rangers, and the Innuminous Gate Guards. Sorry, yeah, are they Gate Guards? Yes, they are. I wasn't sure if they were Gatekeepers or Gate Guards. Then the Dunedain Troll Slayer duo, which is common to see, Grey Company, and the Knights of Innuminous. I think the Grey Company inside, they're as brutal inside as they are outside, so, you know, I don't see a need to use them outside if you don't have to. Harlenden Guard here from Gervais, Noldoran Blade Masters, Marines for days, I'm sure. Mithlond Pikes there, and as I say, more and more Marines for Lindon Archers and Harlenden Guard and Noldoran Blade Masters. Coming up here, there was one thing that I did think was a little bit strange. Yeah, the Harlenden Guard were set up here. This is normally where you see, you know, ranger units, but it was quite cool to just see a standard archer or an elven archer. Anyway, just guarding that area. And then Farking is the last player and the last defender. He is Rhudaur today, so he's got his Edmore Troll Hunters, Axe Throwers there, and Herenadine Pikemen. Double Herenadine Pikes. I always say that, yeah, I never go into the red limit. I always get very scared by it, but I think that's a solid shout. Grab 2 Herenadine Pikes when you're in a siege. Rhudaur Axemen, Marksmen there, Axe Throwers, Troll Hunters, and some Enslavers too. So we will get underway now. But as you see, these Glade Lords are coming at them. This is just kind of the issue when you have a sort of no grace period. You know, yeah, definitely. Joey needs to be slamming those archers because they are not cheap. They are a solid Western Kingdom archer at the end of the day. So if you can bring one of those down as a nice freebie, you know, why not? Mithlond Lancers are coming on forward. They, of course, can throw their javelins before they pull out their lances. And you definitely want to do that if you can. Because, you know, if you start trying to switch back and forth, it's very ineffective. Opening up into the Citadel Guard, they can take that beating all day, really. So you want to try to avoid that. But the Lancers did get in here in amongst the Veterans of Osgiliath. That was actually still quite a brutal charge, even though they didn't get their lances down. Let's slow it down to 0.8 for a second, just as we zoom on back over to see what's going on with these archers. One charge, even sort of spread out like that, one charge from the Glade Lords has taken them down to 75. But shooting them in the back like that, you know, being this Eastern elf, they are not heavily armored. They really rely on that shield value to sort of shrug off a lot of arrow fire. So shooting them back is gonna reveal damage. They're gonna take hits, take a lot of hurt from that. But a good forward volley like that, again, it's nobody's really missing that shot. But still, this is a shame that MP Beckerme is losing this unit without really achieving too much from it. There's nothing around to really save the day, though. So yeah, it's just a pathfinding error, I think, was most likely. People are sort of gathering up now. Oh dear, I'm seeing a few little things. I'm a bit worried that this is desyncing, to be honest. Just from the positioning of these units, but we'll power on and we'll see. Elvill Hammer Guard receiving a nasty charge there, but this was one of the things where they, like, I don't think Gervais is getting their lances down is the problem, but still they're taking damage and they're throwing out those jabs, armor piercing javelins, and most of them have, well, yeah, as all javelins are in Reforged. Where these archers opening up into? Perfect target are, of course, the Glade Guard. No shield value, light armor, very high quality unit. So you want to be wrecking them. Really want to be shooting into them rather than the Elvelyn forces, who can take a punch very, very well. Over here, did we fall back from that? Ah, looks like these marksmen are actually going to make it out with 43 of them left. And they still have their full unit worth of ammunition, so that's a good win from MP Beck or me, being able to get some people out as the Glade Lords rush back to try and aid the army. So it's some good teamwork from the defenders. This poor guy's a little bit perplexed. But yeah, good teamwork from the defenders, just sort of trying to save one another by some aggressive actions out here. And Joey is opening up on the cavalry forces. Yeah, good stuff. Harlingen Riders firing into the Glade Masters. Once again, not a great armor value on these Eastern Elves, so you will get some good, efficient fire there. And, you know, good, well, you'll make use of that ammo, most certainly. You might not drop too many of these guys because of their 2 hit points, but you will hurt them. And Dorwinion does rely on them to get a few kills. Dunedain Scouts here from MP Beck or me. In all honesty, I never really feel too impressed by the Dunedain Scouts, but I'm not a horse archer guy, full stop. You know, the only horse archers that I will really give the time of day to are the Grey Company and the Hishari Shadows, I believe. Yeah, they're the mounted variant, because of course they're body piercing. And you can really use that that extra mobility to get them into a nice position. I think usually horse archers in general, they can do some good work, but just, you know, you got to be microwing them a lot. These Mithlone Lancers are being chased away by the Glade Lords. I certainly think that's an okay. Well, the issue here with Joey is he can only chase away 1 unit at a time, and Harlingen Riders or the Mithlone Lancers can basically just be tying up these Glade Lords for a while the other unit continues to do damage. Now these Harlingen Riders will not be, they won't have too much more ammunition to spend, and they will pull out their spears in melee. They are an anti-cavalry fighter, but they are nowhere near as good as the Glade Lords, of course. But still, I really like this idea of just leading the Glade Lords away with your Harlingen Riders to keep your Lancers free. But it does look like Gervais actually wants to try and get off a charge on the Glade Lords, which I like. I just feel that once the siege really develops, your cavalry is not really going to be so useful, and their cavalry is not going to be so useful. So you're better off trying to hurt their infantry rather than hurt their cavalry. But still, one good charge into the back of these knights will most certainly hurt, or even into the front, as Joey does see it coming and turns to meet that charge. Elves v Elves here, and the Mithlone Lancers, well, they bolt away, and I really thought they were going to get caught there, but no, that was they left untouched. So that was pretty dandy. Probably a good option there from Gervais, and now he is kind of settling into the plan which I would have kind of gone for first, which is just, unfortunately, let the Harlingen Riders fight to the end and get off a few final charges with your Lancers, because he's done some good work there. And what are we taking them down to? It's 2 for 2, you know, but we think about what the attackers have really lost. They've lost a lot of Dorwinions, elite infantrymen, whereas the defenders have lost a lot of those Arthedain marksmen. That's really fleshed out their losses. Ooh, see, this is a worrying thing for the desync. Why are these Hammer Guard progressing totally by themselves? We'll keep our eyes open for other signs of desync. No, Twisters lined these guys up. This seems reasonable, and this seems a reasonable act as well. Yeah, cool. So we will be watching out for signs of desync throughout. Hopefully we'll make it through this battle, because it does seem quite interesting. I really do like those opening cav moves. But yeah, if it's goofed up, it's goofed up. Zooming back here with Gervais, he's still got some Harlingen Ride. Oh no, those Mithlone Lancers are getting caught now. Harlingen Riders, I think there's still 2 left, and they've not routed, so that's quite nice. Joey is pursuing them, and we're still receiving shots. So that will not be fun. But hopefully, for the defenders anyway, a handful of friendly fire will get into the back of these Glade Lords. But all the while, Bilbo is just stuck. He's really sort of turtled up around, using the good defensive forces of Gondor. There's a nice safe position here to attack, but you wouldn't really get in and out without taking some arrow fire. That would be too fun, and I'm sure Bilbo would grab him with one anti-cavalry unit. Shadowbows are there. The Blackguard of Barad-dûr are coming in to stop this charge, to be honest. I'd be happy enough to just do a quick charge in the Blackguard of Barad-dûr. They did get their lances down. That was interesting. I expected a lot more casualties, but I guess since it was mixed between the two units, they did all right there. It was the Shadowbows that lost a lot of people there. But still, I'd be happy enough to just kill half a unit of Blackguard of Barad-dûr. Now, where is that? Where are those Glade Lords? There they are there. Because they were right on the tail of those Lancers. Now, this is... how many... We've only really got one anti-cavalry unit for a 5v3. Considering you've got Isengard, I would have really liked to say to Isengard, hey, dude, you know, could you grab one unit of Wargs? Just, it's nice to have that one extra anti-cavalry unit. Now, there we go. That's more like it. Dropping these guys down to 115. That's taking away a lot of their pushing power there. Far fewer men, or orcs even, in that unit. They're not really going to be able to blast through the lines the way that they need to. Or they're not going to be able to blast their way through as many lines. With a full unit of Blackguard of Barad-dûr, you definitely... you don't want to use it just once. You want to get it in, and then break through a line, and then hopefully you've still got about 80 men left. You know, he's not going to have that luxury now. I think he still keeps using these Harleden Riders. Where are they? Oh no, I've zoomed right over the top of them. They're somewhere. Anybody fighting anywhere? No. I'm seeing a little red mark there. They're right in amongst the Glade Masters. No, that's him falling there. He did sort of give a few little cheeky charges. I think he did drop these archers with them, maybe. But no, he tried to come into the Glade Masters to get one quick swing onto them, but that has not worked out for him. As those last Harleden Riders are brought down. We do have Mirkwood moving through now. Now this is quite scary with how many people he's moving through at one time, especially when your enemy has a trebuchet. Now, Mark the Knight knows what he's doing though, and he won't be pushing through unless it's safe for him to do so, as the trebuchet has been moved all the way to the right here. Now I usually like to have my trebuchet kind of here, so that you can throw some fiery balls down into the valley as they move through in this really sort of jam-packed manner. Now, looking at that seems strange. Even though there's no real threat, there's the Grey Company, and they can hide anywhere. They're going to know where they are. This is still scary to me. All of these very high value, very low armor units clumped up so tightly together. You know, the Elves of Mirkwood are the highest quality units that they have on the field today, save for a few Dorwinions forces. This is another thing that's kind of... Right, okay. As I say, we'll power through. And I'm not going to stop this until I can say with 100% certainty that it is desynced. I don't know, maybe... Usually if a video or a battle does desync, I'm able to just redo it. And it's not too bad, but maybe there is something just a little bit too broken about this one. Of course, I could try it again, but I think 2 times is my limit for a battle. If it desyncs twice, I'm sorry. And that's the thing. If anybody, I save all of my battles, like all of the replays I do. I freaking love that. I've always talked about the for Lindon guys' helmets. It's so cool. I save all the battles. You know, even the ones that I don't do, I have the replays still stored up. So just if anybody ever wants to do one of these battles, they want to test it out, then feel free to just ask me. Now, of course, I'm going to be asking the person that originally sent it to me before I send it to you. But if they're okay with it, then yeah. So if anybody else out there wants to try and have a go at this battle and see what it's all about, then, you know, feel free to just ask me. Now, what the hell is these few guys remaining there? I'm being a blind... Oh, there they are. Oh, one Mithril Lancer. The banner carrier making it away. That's fair enough, dude. You've done a good job. What are we at anyway? 4 for 3. Not bad. Not bad at all. And we'll settle up here just for a bit as people shuffle around. Normally, there is a grace period on Sagath, but when you're playing up against like MSQ2, he really likes to do some shenanigans in this area. You know, so he will normally not want to do a grace period. And Gervais, of course, he brought a cavalry force ready to come on the attack. If you're doing that, you don't really want a grace period. Glade Lords, right, okay, yeah, so the Glade Lords come up here and they strike the Lindon archers. Now, this is another moment that I just feel is a bit strange. Just, this is the same thing that happened last time. And I just think Gervais, he should have seen this. Unless he was AFK, you know, it just seems strange to me that he allowed that to happen. But then what do we have here? Okay, this is better. That's... I don't like the way Twisters... No, okay. Yeah, this is better. Previously, these guys were lined up long ways down that valley. So that is different. And this could have just been an accident. You know, Gervais is a good player. He knows what he's doing, but everybody makes mistakes. And he did come down with his Lindon Marines to chase these guys away. Taking them down to 27 Lindon archers really is a shame. These guys are no longer really going to be able to be used to take enemy fire, as they may have wanted to be used to do that. They are now just going to have to be kept safe to make sure that they can get their ammunition all used up. Lindon Marines. Now the Lindon Marines are charging on down, and that's risky because of how many enemies are coming on in. Yeah, no, I just don't think that Gervais... Okay, maybe... Oh, he's trying to get a quick javelin volley. Okay, that's fair. Lindon Marines opening up into Joey's cavalry there. Of course, armor-piercing smashes, but not a massive armor value. Charging on in. I was actually quite surprised at how poorly that charge went for the Glade Lords. I really thought that would do a lot better because the Lindon Marines hadn't... You know, they still had their javelins out at the time. But no, that was pretty bloody. And now the Glade Lords just need to be bolting out. Good catch from Gervais, but it is time to leave, and he is doing so. Okay, good. Right, I feel a bit more comfortable now. I was a bit nervous for a while, but I do not think we have a desync. Just so you know, if this was desynced and I have decided to upload it anyway, I will have put a disclaimer at the start of the video. Like, there, you know, if you're hearing this and I've not said anything about, you know, it's definitely desynced already, it's not desynced. So don't worry about that. Not gonna spring that on you. Back here, ooh, see, so he's keeping the Lindon archers exposed out here, which is very frightening. But I guess there's nothing really around to shoot at them yet, and he does need to make sure that they use up their ammo. So they're gonna have to fire for a long time right now. He really doesn't have to pick his targets as much as he normally would, because as I say, once again, you know, he's got to use up that ammo. He's got to be a bit wild with it. But Medieval Feud is being wild as he charges his Orc fodder and more on infantry in forward to the Lindon Marines, who still have a volley to give. Now they're being pulled back, that's fair. Okay, good. Yeah, so Orc fodder fighting alongside more on infantry is a combo that I really like. Orc fodder's morale is of course quite shaky, and a lot of people like to just send them in by themselves, but they're never really going to achieve anything if you do that. You're really much better off sending them alongside something with a bit more substance. This was another weird thing. So the Mark of the Knight's sending his Woodland Realm Patrol forward to absorb fire from the Rhudaur marksmen. And I really just don't like that strategy. When you've got so many fodder archers from Isengard, have him, like, it's always a bit mean to do this, but sometimes you do just have to say to your allies, look, you know, send forward your trash. You've got Uruk-hai archers. Why are you putting forward the Woodland Realm Patrol to take this fire? They're as good in melee as most of these Northmen, or yeah, North wild men are in melee anyway. So just, you know, you want to save their lives. You don't want to use them as a fodder archer. They may be Mirkwood's cheapest archer, but when you have better fodder alternatives, you should use those. And yeah, okay, Uruk-hai archers are coming on forward now, but as I say, I would have definitely had them go up forward. And it's always kind of everybody wants to play their part. Everybody wants to be be suffering for the greater good, for the cause. But, you know, you got to be smart about it sometimes. And I was quite surprised to see that from Mark, because he's pretty sensible. For Lindon, Marines set up here, and now that these Orc fodder boys, yeah, see, so these are 2 Orc fodder units now totally by themselves. That's something that I don't really like to see when they're coming up against a big swarm of enemy infantry. They're gonna break. Yeah, they're already wavering. They've been pulled back there. Maybe it was a bit of a misclick, but yeah. Just having 1 sheep, you know, they're 450, a Mordor infantry unit, just to fight alongside Orc fodder. It just increases their effectiveness dramatically. But yeah, a countercharge there by Gervais, just trying to break these guys, which I really like that, because there's no support. There's nothing nearby to aid them in this, so why not? Yeah, just chase the Orc fodder away. Don't just let them use this fodder to wear you down. Just get in there, break them, and job's a good one. So I really, really appreciated that. Harland and infantry, that's the much better. Yeah. These guys get in there, they will slice through them, no problem. For Lindon Marines being spearmen, they're definitely not bad spearmen, they're elves at the end of the day. But they do suffer that spear malice. So if you get in there with a good swordsman, yeah, you're golden. It just scares me still how tightly packed the elves of Mirkwood are here, and I'm so surprised that trebuchet is not being used to punish it. You know, yeah, the treb seems to be set up to hurt them when they come into this entrance off the city, and I like that. It's going to do a lot of damage there, but I just think, because of the speed increase that happened, oh god, about a year ago now, but I was really glad to see that speed increase come into effect so that people can actually move their artillery around. It's not just a case of, they're not static artillery anymore. You know, you can travel them around the battlefield. 93 Orc fodder, yeah, see, so breaking them was the thing that we were trying to do there. There's still some of them in the back there getting captured, so they'll probably come back with that many men left in the unit, but they might not. Orc archers here getting pushed up by themselves, that's a bit of a worry. Another unit of Orc fodder broken there, down into their 40s though. I don't see them returning. A good back shot there from those Orc archers, that's good to see. Into the lightly armoured Harlindon boys, the pajama guys of Lindon. So yeah, no, okay, cool. Bit of damage, but not too lovely. So yeah, all these archers, of course, were dealt with earlier. Medieval Feud is getting his Orc archers moved up now, and they're going to need to be countered with something, because as Lindon, your enemy can just form up in front of you and unload all of their ammo, and it's quite a cost-effective exchange for them. Even though you do have shields, your men just don't have much armor, and they're quite effective. You don't have like a tremendous deal off them. So, oh, you don't want to be exposing the 4 Lindon pikes. Oh, right, this was another... Okay, no, he's pulling them back. Yeah, again, I think in my desynced recording of this, Gervais allowed his Lindon pikes to just basically sit and take Orc arrow fire to the face. Which I was like, no, Gervais, why have you done this? Now, where did those... They might be hidden. They could be hidden, but... No, I don't know where they've gone. Okay, trebuchet... How far away is that treb? Jeez. Yeah, Oh, yeah, he has moved it. He has moved it. Very good. Yeah. And he's opening up. Unfortunately, he was just unlucky with that first volley. And Mark of the Night is scrambling now, so he's gonna get one more shot in there. But I think is he gonna hold it? Nah, he's holding it. Well, he's probably got to move it maybe. That's a shame. No, MP Beckerme was unlucky there. Both shots sort of landed right here. But still, that's going to force Mark to fall back, so his men cannot be sent in as quickly if they are needed, if an opportunity arises for them. But yeah, we need Twister to sort of step up and kind of take a beating now, in all honesty. Were those Orc fodder? Did those 90 Orc fodder guys get away? Or no, I don't see them running anywhere near here. I think they did turn around and come back to the fight. Yeah, that's them there. They're exhausted though, and that is going to be a nuisance. They're going to need to be used differently now. Bilbo's got a lot. See, we've got so many like heavily armored archers, and if the enemy is going to be, I guess the enemy's Lindon. I keep saying, you know, just yeah, unload your arrows. It's great. Decisions. Hard to say. But yeah, armor-piercing jabs from for Lindon Marines, they will wreck these guys because they don't really have a shield value. Both the Gondorian archers and the Elvelyn archers just rely solely on that armor value to keep them safe, to give them that skirmishing ability. So an armor-piercing jab will shred them. Yeah, good fire here. And it's just unfortunate. What do we have? I would love it if, you know, Arthedain was maybe taking this beating, or if we maybe had some Rhudaur clansmen over here. Yeah, Evandem spears are coming up. Oh, Jesus, team. That's a lot of people just ahead in there. I know you're safe there, but I always just worry that, like, what if the enemy just has something that I don't notice, and they just slam me right in the center of that? Yeah. I like this here. Oh, that's lovely. You know, the Sons of Arnor fighting side by side there. The Evandem spears standing in front of the Arthedain pikes. Oh, shit. That's 3 units. Oh, that was one thing. He's got 3 units of Arthedain pikes. And as much as I love them, and as much as I encourage people to get 2 of them, I think 3 is it's a menace. But Rhudaur is quite a cheap faction, so on the defense, you're looking for those red limit units. You're looking for how best to use your money. So, yeah, Glade Lords there trying to get a quick little charge into the Lindon Marines, racking up a few kills for it and getting away without suffering too much damage. The Orc fodder there coming in to connect with the Lindon Marines again. They will probably be butchered down to 69 and shaken and broken. They'll probably come back though, in all honesty. Yeah, Orc fodder, I find they're easy to break, but once they do break, they'll return quite a few times. I think we've got 1 Minas Tirith siege. A bunch of us did that battle. I love it when we do that, when you've got like 6 of us that all do the same battle. But I know it can be kind of annoying, but it's cool. Especially when a bunch of us were in that battle, so that was nice. So we did that one, and we had 1 unit of Orc fodder, and I'm pretty sure that they routed and came back about 4 times toward the end of the battle. It was insane. We just sort of we were all on the same TeamSpeak channel at the time. We were talking about like how far away are they going to get today, this time, before they come back from routing. But yeah, Lindon Marines, I like this. Gervais is kind of using his Lindon Marines as his fodder. Yeah, they're a decent unit for that, especially when you've used up their jabs. You know, like they're just there to take a beating. And but the boys have so many archers that they kind of need. You know, they need to use that fire, and yeah, so like open up into the enemy fodder. Now, of course, they're hoping to get into these Lindon pikes. Oh god, I love Lindon pikes. I love Lindon as a faction. I just like my playstyle just relies so much on being able to take a bit of a beating. So and you just can't do that. Oh shoot, these Dunedain scouts have popped on up. Very naughty indeed. Uruk-hai. Oh yeah, they came out and they shot into the Uruk-hai Reavers. Yeah, I don't know why Twister's got his Uruk-hai Reavers up front. Just get your half. Oh no. Right, okay, I don't know if we're desynced again. Because I just don't get why why Mark of the Night is formed up like this. That seems so strange to me. Maybe it was a panic thing, just throw the guys out and do it that way, but like we'll keep looking. Because this was about the point last time where I ended up sort of thinking that it was busted. Mythlon Marines, I love those. I love that shield for the Mythlon Marines. I think they're really nice. As much as Mythlon like forces are better than Lindon, I just prefer the aesthetic of the Lindon. I think they do look cooler than the Harlindon, not the Mythlon. Ah, well, Mythlon as well. I guess they've got quite a similar, sort of similar aesthetic. 4 Lindon Marines jumping on down here, engaging with the... Oh, good. Damn, he looks pretty intimidating when he does that covered in blood. But yeah, defenders like this, as the 4 Lindon Marines jump on into them, and Orc Javies push forward. I need Mark the Knight to do something here before I'm comfortable that this isn't desynced. But yeah, over here we do have a push out by. See, the Uruk-hai Reavers are pushing out, and they're stretching out like. I guess he's guarding the whole area. I just don't understand why. You know, you're just kind of exposing the Uruk-hai Reavers to shooters, you know, from here and so on, just to rattle into you. But we will see. Yeah, lots of arrow fire coming back and forth. Orc Javi's taking a few shots. Hardened infantry want to avoid a charge from the Glade Lords. Good move from Joey actually, to use his Glade Lords there. But the pikemen have come out. Yeah, maybe he pushed that charge a little bit too deep, and he maybe should have quit while he was ahead and tried to get out of there, because the pikes are eating him. And a quick jab volley will hurt those Glade Lords even more. Down to 9 now, so they won't be too healthy. Yeah, down to 7. Jesus. Okay, Orc Javi's moved up there, but it's a small unit, and they're already shaken. That's then broken. It's a shame, but most of them should get away. 59. Yeah, oh, he'll catch another one there. Continuing on down into the archers. I'm just surprised that the attackers don't have, like... I would just have, if I was Gondor, if I was Bilbo there, I would have a unit of my Citadel Guard. I know they're quite an expensive unit, but I would just have a unit of my Citadel Guard, like, chilling out there. Just so that Lindon can't do what he's doing right now and just get in amongst your archers, breaking them, and stopping, like, wiping out the units, stopping them from using up their ammunition supplies, their full quiver of arrows. Not their full quiver of bullets. Give me something, Mark. Give me a sign. Give me a sign that you're still with us. I don't know. I just don't like this. I don't know why he's stretched out like that. Wardens of Amon Lank are stretched out there. And then we've got we've got a hidden unit. Oh, sorry, that is the Wardens of Amon Lank. They're just stretched really wide. Worry. For Lindon Marines gonna be trying to run the gauntlet here. They ain't gonna make it. That's a shame. Urukai Reavers looks like they were ordered to do that. They were ordered to grab them, so that's something. We know that that's not too crazy yet. Gondorian archers there, yeah, they're busted. They've got their bows out, so a few of them have their swords, but they definitely had they had a few shots left, so that's a shame to see them wiped off the map there. Bilbo's marching this way. I don't know why he's doing that. As I say, Blade Lords, Harland and infantry start pushing on in amongst the Orc archers, again butchering them, probably breaking a unit there. A lot of infantry coming forward though, so these Harland and infantry are going to be wiped out. Definitely, that's without doubt. Mithlon Marines trying to get some volleys off, but falling back. Good. Finally, we have some nice armored up Western men to take a beating for their Elven allies. That's we were really needing that over here for a while, but no, it's here now. So that's all we can think. Would I've liked to see it earlier? Most certainly, but hey, we got it now. A lot of moving and going in and coming out, but yeah, as I say, Harland infantry broken there. I was hoping that they were going to be able to smash out that unit of Orc archers before they lost their composure. They're fighting to the death, but it always sounds, the way I say it always sounds so much better than it actually is. Fighting to the death is not a very good thing. You know, your stats get lowered dramatically, and yeah, you're never really gonna be too effective. I'd love to know, just like, why is Twister why has he got his Urukai Reavers set out front? Just seems strange to me. He's got so many. I like how many Urukai Reavers he does have though. Yeah, which is kind of surprising because Arthedain is really the only faction on the defending field today that uses armor in large quantities. So yeah, having so much AP is interesting. Evident spears there standing up against the Gondor militia infantry, so both heavily armoured units of infantry from the northern Númenóreans and the southern Númenóreans, or descendants of Númenóreans anyway, sort of battling it out there, which is really cool to see. I'm surprised to see the Evident spears doing so well. I guess with those 2 levels of armour upgrade, they really do. They might even have a melee upgrade as well. They're on defence. So they're doing exceptionally well, backed up by some Elven spears that are moving forward to actually engage in the fight now. Okay, infantry, yeah, Gondorian infantry, Gondor militia. No, I thought they had victory as certain for a minute. I think they did, but it's gone now. And yeah, I just think the the rigidity that's supplied by that pike line is going to be a bit too much to deal with. Now, the Arthedain pikes, that's where we're talking. Yeah, good stuff. I like this, when you've got all three defenders mixing their units up together at one choke point. Really not something you see too often. Most of the time, of course, especially on Buhr Sagath, when you've got three defenders, you'll usually see one guy will defend here, one guy will defend over here, and then one guy will be supporting both. That's usually how you do Buhr Sagath or Buhr Sagath, and like Moria and such places with these, you know, two main entrances. Okay, more Uruk-hai Reavers coming forward. This time sort of clumped up a bit. Archers sort of pulling back. More archers being moved forward. Oh, Mark, please. Mark, where are you? You've not given an order in some time, Mark. I do not know. I do not know, brother. Yeah, okay, okay. We will, let's see. He might just be AFK. That's very possible. Because everybody else seems to be, like, there's a few strange things like this. I don't get why, like, people are set up like that. That's a bit odd to me. But, you know, people are, the fighting is going along okay. Like, that's kind of how I would expect a fight in this area to be going right now. Of course, it's not that it's, you know, there's little mistakes, but you're always going to get little mistakes. As the archers still pour shots in, which is good. Now that there is actually that area like clogged up, here's where you really want the villain marksman to be getting in and unloading fire, where it's nice and safe. For Lindon scouts, holy smokes! I love this. Well done, Gervais. Well done indeed. Jesus. Oh my god, they were smashing ass out here. Holy. Troll catapult crew smashed. For Lindon scouts have really been impressing me recently. I freaking love them. They've yeah, like I always just saw them as this really flimsy lancer unit, and that's what they are. But they hit like a truck, and yeah, they've most certainly done a good job there. Breaking down the Sauron's well, smashing out a few trolls. It's not like the end of the world. If they had been able to bring them all down, freaking amazing. But no, it's good. Hit onto the veterans of his Gileath, looks like. Nice, and then smashing out a lot more archers back here. No, that was some good stuff. And they're so fast. They're so fast that they can be in exactly where you need. And now this is why you kind of also want another unit of cav. This is what I would do with the Glade Lords now. Is I would just checkerboard this. Just basically a search pattern. Kind of what I'm doing with my mouse right now. It's a bit silly. But yeah, just comb that area. You know, they've shown that they've got cav hidden. Now, you probably dealt with it all, but, you know, you kind of need to do it again. This is what you get a lot of times in, oh god, what's that map? Tol Falas. When the defenders pull back to the main defensive area of Tol Falas, the main town, they will oftentimes leave a unit hidden in, like, on the hilltop or something like that. And they'll just have them sitting there, just hiding, and jump at you in the back. And that's why you usually will want to send a unit of wargs up there to just check it before you really commit to your attack properly. But yeah, more on infantry here, colliding with these pikes. We don't really have any pikes or halberds on the attack now. A pike is always going to do a bit better than a halberd in certain engagements. In a 1v1 engagement, you usually want a pike rather than a halberd, just so that you can outrange your enemy. But still, there's a lot less distance for a halberd to stab a pikeman than there is for a swordsman to stab a pikeman. So that's, you know, phalanxes you usually want to be countered with phalanxes, if you can, or if you don't have jabs. But yeah, so they are butchering them down. Maybe, I was going to say about like a Blackguard of Barad-dûr push, but maybe it's a little bit too early. Gondor Spears can do a decent job. You got the Minas Morgul Chosen. I don't know. I'd do it. Why not? Just do a little push. it's not the main push, but you just want to smash in just to butcher this line, because right now it is very efficiently slicing through the infantry forces that are attacking. 24 for 14. Attackers are down a bit. Not horrifically down, but they're down a little bit. Mark. No, Mark, dudes. Wait. He has. All these guys were hidden, but they're gone now. They're moving. Ooh. Oh, hey, buddy. How you doing? Nah. I think we've got him. I think he may have been just AFK for a bit. Okay. But still, this doesn't explain the weird positioning of everybody. Very strange. Like, why are you inside of each other? Why are you doing this, friends? But anyway, cool. We'll get back to the action. Arrow fire coming up and over. You never really want to see it, but you know, when people are clumped up this much, it can do okay. But you're gonna rack up friendly fire too, so you want to avoid it. A few of these Saurons will, 13 of them left. They've jumped up into the front lines. But Arthedain pikes mixed up with the few remaining for Lindon pikes, and the Arthedain pikes are just standing in the background too. It's not easy for the Mordor infantry. I adore Mordor infantry. I really like them as a unit. They're just fun. It does look like the defenders, yeah, things are sort of turning around. It looks like that pike line is kind of faltering a bit, especially here on the left. There's not really too much remaining. I'd love a unit to come on in here and provide some to shore up the lines, but there's not really anything nearby. So, alright. Yeah, well, they're getting some good kills in there, and it does look like it's stabilized itself. Veterans of Sagath coming on in now. You don't really want to be firing into them, especially not when they've received those 2 levels of armor upgrade. They're going to be shrugging off a lot of that damage, and they've got a shield value as well. That's something that really does let down a lot of Gondorian archers in comparison to many other sort of Western kingdoms, or Dale, for instance, you know, whose archers mostly do have shields on their back. But the veterans of Sagath, of course, they've got that, so they can really take a pounding. Firing up and over like that, you can see he's racking up friendly fire shots. So you kind of want to avoid that. I think he has stopped it. Yeah, he stopped it there. And the issue with those sorts of friendly fire shots is you're shooting your own men in the back, whereas you're shooting the enemy in the front. So if the enemy do have shields, you're getting their shields. The Citadel Guard are providing a lot of killing power, and this is a very close fight. Well, like very, face-to-face battle now. So it's the pikes are no longer really having their desired effect. Noldor and Blade Masters have actually been sent up to the front. I really appreciate that. That's a power unit coming on out at this stage. We're still pretty early in the fight. You know, we might be quite a few thousand frames in, but in terms of actually what has happened, we're still pretty early. Okay, Twister's come on forward again. He's just got these Reavers. You know, it's scary, dude. Yeah, I just don't know why we're not shooting at them as much, but I guess we are. Oh dear, that's a lot of dead Rhudaur marksmen, but Rhudaur marksmen are kind of there to die. You know, it's Dunman hunters are really there to die, but Rhudaur marksmen, you know, they're not too expensive, so you can lose them if you need to. And they'll be firing away for all day anyway. Coming back on here. It's pretty good for the attackers. Yeah, even with the Noldor and Blade Masters coming on in, it's been pretty tricky. Okay, no, they're racking up some kills now. There really isn't anything like the Citadel Guard will hurt them. They have the skill and the ability to hurt the Noldor and Blade Masters, but they're not good enough to take them on. And I'm sure the attackers don't really want to send up anything too impressive. Dunedain Rangers are actually opening up. Oh, nice chunky unit of Mordor infantry broke in there. We're going to need something from Gondor to keep these men together. If the Noldor and Blade Masters were sent in, I would definitely be sending an elite unit of my own. Axemen and Lasanak are coming on forward. Uruk Captains, is that where we've got the General, though? That is where we have the General. So Medieval Feud can't really go throwing them on in, but at the same time, like, he doesn't have too much left. Medieval Feud has been doing his job as an Orc player, especially as a Mordor player. You do sometimes need to be the guy that takes the beating for the team. So that's what he's done, and he's done that very well. Mark is coming on forward now. He's coming on forward with a fury. Jesus. Eld is the Elven King, leading the charge. Jesus criminy, that's a bit scary. What are you doing? Don't expose these guys to, like, a jav. No, they're hiding there. Okay, they're being careful. Palace Guard there too. Yeah, I think he's going to gather up his, like, really important guys right there. But when he does come forward... Oh, God, Axe Throwers. Axe Throwers and Mirkwood are such a nasty combination. You really will just lose your army so quickly if you get a few axes in you. Marksman there. Troll Hunters ready for action 2. Along with the Enslavers. Hiding there. Some Rhudaur Marksmen. Oh my god. I freaking love those spears. Yeah. I think the weapons style... I know we've designed, or when I say we, the Reforged team and the Third Age, everybody that's worked on Third Age before, has put so much effort into designing their weapons and the weapons for all of the units to use. But you know, we've just got such an awesome base to work with from the styles that we've seen present in Tolkien-related media. So it's yeah, it does give people a good base, but you know, everything else is totally just from the mind of somebody that's decided, yeah, this is what I want this to look like. I've really followed the development of like Silmarillion, so it's really cool to see that happening in real time. Just when the guys are making models and sort of posting up sort of the varying levels of, like, yeah, okay, this was my first one that I made, and then sort of keep changing it up a bit. Coming in and out, you see, I don't do that, and I should like sometimes just come in for a quick poke and then realize it's not going my way and pull out, but like, it's risky sometimes, dude. Oh god, their morale is not going to be holding, especially when they're still getting rattled by archers from there. And maybe this is a bit of a failing on defenders' parts usually, when they have this area just secured by the most like high tier archers, but they never really use it for just the normal units of archers, and it's a great position for them. For Lindon archers there, this is the beaten and bloodied unit, so this is a fantastic unit to just have firing constantly, because their arrows are going to last for a long time. But the Dunedain Rangers there too are doing a great job, I'm sure. Just raining hell on the humans and orcs that move on forward. When you come forward with that, oh dearie me, Fountain Guard, you don't want to see them take a blasting from the Rangers. They've got a good armor value, of course, but being clumped up like that, they've been spread though, which is good to see. But he needs to make a connection there. Bilbo needs to get stuck in as quickly as he can in order to avoid them suffering too much from Ranger fire. Coming on over here, Elven infantry. Guys hiding there. What are we at? 36 for 21. The attackers are in a dicey spot now. Now it's normal to be down. As an attacker, it is very normal to be down in the early stages. And I guess they're only down by 14%, but and the defenders have been using up so much ammunition, but the risk, I feel, is that so have the attackers. The attackers have used up ammunition as well, and the defenders still have that trebuchet, which has been perfectly placed now to rain hell onto them as they attack here. And there's a lot of high-value elves on the front lines, and the defenders have their lower-tier wild men fight alongside the militia of Arthedain. There's of course the Arthedain pikes. You don't want to see them take a trebuchet volley, but if that treb landed a friendly fire shot, it wouldn't be a game ender, as it is sometimes when you're defending Moria and your defending catapult rattles right through your dwarven defensive line and kills your kills like 3 mithril guard and 20 Khazad-dûm warriors and such. You know, it's not going to be horrendous like that. Joey's coming in. I like this. Again, this is something that you see a lot. You get 2 players coming in this side, 2 players coming in the other side, and then one guy sort of splitting his army in half and coming in both. That's usually pretty good, and that's a role that I really enjoy. I like to just see where my units are best used and shove them around, which you do need to do anyway. Don't just pick one side and stick to it. If you see your units, if you see that your unit of trolls or or your crossbowman has a better shot in another area, send them over there. Maybe point it out to them, say like, hey, I'm going to send my trolls over to you guys. But no, it's usually very good. Grey Company, we just missed them. Sorry boys, we missed them. They're out of ammo. They're taking a bit of a beating now because they're a very tempting target, but once they've used up their ammo, I'd be kind of like, yeah, sure, if you want to shoot them. But you want to use those guys because they actually have quite a good melee attack. So you want to use them for those quick, you know, close range charges that melee cavalry are so good at. Blackguard of Barad-dûr now down to 42. There's another one that's 124. Ah, damn, I think Medieval Feud is using them more as just melee units, not really as breaking units that they're so good at. So they will still wear down the enemy. That's one unit off them, down to 15, so it's not a massive loss. But yeah, if you can wear some of them down, use up a bit of ammo with those massive shields that those guys have, and then the Gondorians come on in behind them, that could be exactly what is needed. Marksman Andros in the back lines. Elvelyn infantry waiting in the wings. Still a unit of Sauron's will. Javis. Oh damn, that's Gondor down to half their men. And Gondor's one of the more important units on the field, well, armies on the field. Yes, these crossbows, I don't know if we're gonna find, and the Lurch hunting pack. On Buhr Sagath, to be honest, if you push the enemy back to that final choke point and you still have ammunition to spend, oh yeah, that's a gift because they've got nowhere to hide. They're clumped up in that final position. You see defenders fall back too early to that position so often, and when they do that, it's horrific. Oh, the Ents are just barreling through, of course, throwing their own men around, but you don't do damage when you throw your own men around. So, but still, you do throw your own men around and you allow the enemy to get a quick stab on you when you're down. But that's not going to be too much of a factor, I'm sure. Rhudaur Axemen, though, getting a few swings into the Ents as they run by. So that'll hurt. Good armor-piercing swings from those wild men. But we've got Gondorian archers over here. We're seeing some Gondorians. Yeah, there's a lot of mixing and matching as the fire arrows rip into them. God, oh damn, we didn't even see this. I'm sorry about that. A lot of these Mirkwood Hiri Peng have been taking a beating there, as fire arrows continue to burn away at the Gondorians, who are definitely a lot better at taking arrow fire than the Hiri Peng, or at least a lot. You know, you'd prefer them to be taking the fire than the Hiri Peng. That's for sure. Ents, there are only 3 of the Ents now, but they're thrown right into the middle of this Rhudaur Axeman force, who will quite, you know, they'll get some good cost-effective killing done there up against the Ents, just because of that, you know, AP, and of course their very cheap nature. Ents, of course, armor-piercing with those just massive branch arms coming cracking down onto your head, but the men of Rhudaur don't really care about armor, do they? So yeah, some good stuff. Ooh, Axeman there. Oh, this is good. So he is using his Axeman to go after the Ents, who are kind of just mixing it up with his Dunedain scout. I'm surprised that guy survived so long. Holy smokes! Well done, scouts. Yeah, I really thought they would get shredded. And the Enslavers even better. Enslavers are Ent killers to the core. So that is good to see. Hiri Lang, they are breaking through. This is good now, though. This is definitely what you want to see from the attacker's perspective. Just getting in around. They pulled the percentages back, too. And, yeah, with that, I think that the defenders are going to be in a bit of trouble. These Rhudaur Axemen, I wouldn't have pulled those Rhudaur Axemen off the front line. I think, especially considering there were enslavers, like, right there, that could have dealt with the Ents. I would have kept the Rhudaur Axemen in the thick of it, because now that they've been pulled out, those Hiri Lang have sort of slipped around the side, and that's not been fun. How's the attack going here? It looks... Oh, we've got the elites. The elites of the Nimlothian Honor Guard, and the line is sturdy for now. There's still some yeah. There's still 7 Blade Masters. The Noldoran Guard are in there. That was what was confusing me. But the Blade Masters are still there. Still got some ammunition pouring on in, but it's light. We are very light on the defense here now. And now this is where you'd want to get the Blackguard to slam through. There's still 9 Nazgul waiting for action too. Okay, and the elites of the Hammer Guard, the Glade Masters, having suffered some damage earlier in the game, but they're still healthy. Well, they're still decent in numbers, I should say. They're definitely not healthy. These guys wavering, broken. That's a shame. They still have their bows. Gotta be careful with just advancing. Sometimes your boys will just rout by being near fights. I don't think this attack is gonna work. Not until the elite units are sent in. But they're not going to send the elite units in until that ammunition doesn't all be spent, are they? Dunedain scouts just running around trying to find their opportunity. Any more troll hunters ready to pour fire into here. Deary me, that line has just been rolled up. And yeah, we seem so dedicated to just throwing stuff at them. Yeah, Knights of Illuminus need to get thrown on in there. Arthedain Pike's fantastic to see. Yeah, if you can reform that line, these two units alone will do quite a good job, but they need some assistance, and it'd be good to kind of get one of these Troll Hunter units, or the Troll Axlers. One of those units could do with maybe using up their ammo, getting sent on in. Marksmen there, they're done. Enslavers, in all honesty, the Enslavers right now are just taking a beating, and is that where we've got the General? That is where we've got the General. Still, I'd be tempted to get him on in, because right now, as I say, he's just taking shots, and we need something to reinforce this line properly. Oh, good! I love this. I kind of like that sort of crescent thing. So they do have a passageway in, but that passageway is just covered in throwing axes and trebuchet shots. Now the sturdy shields of the Hiriek have actually managed to shrug off a lot of that damage, and it was maybe quite a good choice to give them that armor upgrade. So I like that. Okay, pretty solid. A lesser unit would have been absolutely devoured by those volleys from the Troll Axe Throwers. Dunedain Troll Slayers, yeah, they need to get shoved on in. As say, the defenders are just maybe being a little bit too passive when their guys do, you know, use up their stuff, and they can maybe be thrown on in. Okay, front line, even with the Nimlothian Honor Guard, it's just not going the way of the attackers over here. Ah, no, it is now. Yep, good. Fountain Guard go toe-to-toe with the Hyrinidain Pikes. Even with that ranged, well, like that distance that the Pikes have over the halberds of the Fountain Guard, the Fountain Guard's extreme skill and heavy armor will be a tough ask to overcome. Javi's there, they need an opportunity. Dear me, we are 63 for 52, so the defenders are still like comfortably ahead. But the balance of power is still very much in the attacker's favour, as they continue to unload arrows in. Not bad. Not a bad shot there. What I like to do is sometimes get my archers set up like sort of right here, and firing up and over into the back of the enemy line here. That when it's properly set up. That's quite a good way to just use your ammunition in the early stages. Arthedain Pikes alongside the Dismounted Knights of Illuminus, they've been doing not too bad together. Ooh, Wardens of Amon-Lank with their axes out on the front line. They will definitely be hard to overcome. Oh, I like that. The Wardens of Amon-Lank going toe-to-toe with the Dunedain Troll Slayers, just too lightly armoured, or well, I guess the Wardens of Amon-Lank do wear some armour, but lighter armoured units are cracking into each other with heavy axes. It's cool to see. Yeah, really overwhelming them with numbers there. I like that a lot. Do we have any... The Wardens of the North, I would want these guys closer. Because the enemy is coming on in hard. And once that line falters... Yeah, I just don't know if I'd be doing what the defenders are doing right now. I think I would be dedicating my all to these front defenses. Because once they are dissolved... I just don't think we have enough in reserve to form a secondary line. 67 for 57. The attackers are like slowly pulling it percentage by percentage, but they've still got a lot to overcome. Enslavers there battering away at the Avelan infantry, who have pushed on forward and sort of gotten around that side. Deary me. Yeah, these guys are not going to hold out too much longer. Surely the Arthedain Pikes are going to be faltering. Dunedain scouts there just kind of being used as like targets, really. I'd want to keep them sort of free to try and use them as for cycle charging after the lines fall apart. That was a good little charge in there, to be honest, as the Trosha Axe Throwers come in to take their place. Yeah, that's fair. I think, yeah, it's definitely fair to use your general unit, get them stuck on in now. There's not too much left, and it's all generally pretty good quality. So if they were going to run, they would have run by now. Yeah, no, he's got nothing more to do. Yeah, get him in. And just continue to hold their focus. As I say, this is not where you're pushing through. They're having a much better focus on the other area, but they need to keep the pressure on there. And I think they've done a decent job of that. Gondor's a good faction to do that with, though, in all honesty. So it's nice. It's nice. Axe throwers there. What are you going for? A few axes missing, but generally pretty effective fire into the Wardens of Amon-Lak. Good target. Good stuff. We're really stuck in the thick of it there. Let's roll back a little bit. Clans, oh damn, we've got the Dunlending clansmen mixing up with Gondorian archers. Definitely not the A team of the attackers. That was a danger close shot. Yeah, we definitely did burn up a few Arthedain forces there. But I think that was... Yeah, I think there was a lot of Dunlending clansmen that were burned up there, but there was a few of the Arthedain forces, and that's a shame to see. Heavy armor, the Uruk-hai infantry, they'll shrug off a good bit of damage from that axe thrower, but yeah, the Etmor troll hunters will be a better enemy for them. What have we got? That looks like armor. Yeah, Wardens of the North opening up into these guys too. You of course want to go for like the Elders of the Elven King if they are present. I don't think they are actually. I think the Elders have been thrown on in. Yeah, no joke. Trolls of the White Hand. If I found a close range shot, I would go for the Trolls of the White Hand with my Wardens of the North for sure. 8 more troll hunters here. Oh dearie me, medieval feud. You're really close. Really close. I think that could work. I think, oh, shoot, okay, yeah, cool. Well, that'll definitely work. I was thinking that's, like, right, yeah, okay, that's where the Elders, the Elven King were. But yeah, that's some, I was thinking he was going to slam them here, but he is kind of winning on there anyway, as some reinforcements have arrived, and we can see the Nazgul are there, and they're putting a lot of damage into them. Ah, damn, poor Etmor troll hunters just taking a beating there. As we're 77 for 63. Okay. Dunedain Rangers still with their bows out. I'm surprised we didn't see Herenadine Rangers in the field today. But yep, you need a lot of infantry sometimes, so you'd go for that over the Rangers. Still, yeah, brutalizing them a bit here, but they are getting through. And the issue, saying that, I was going to say the issue is the defenders have used up a lot of their elite infantry, but so have the attackers. You know, the attackers have their crossbows left. They've still got all of their ammo for their crossbows. They've still got the Glade Lords, 4 Glade Lords. If there's very few forces, they can do a lot. Glade Masters and Hammer Guard coming on forward. But wounded, Elven infantry are falling back. Interesting to see, while the other ones are charging on in to their faces. How odd. Methlon Marines preparing to fire. I don't know if I'd be picky with my... Well, you want to get those Dorwinion elites, but in all honesty, I'd probably just open up on anything I could right now, because this line is going to be breaking. You're either going to want to use your ammunition now, or you're going to want to get those guys back so they can use their ammo later. What we got? Gervais is coming on down to reinforce this line now, but I just think the time to reinforce the line was earlier. Oh crap! Gervais has 2 Blade Masters. What the hell? Okay, cool. I mean, I'm not upset about that. Yeah, 2 Noldorian Blade Masters. Okay, that changes the game a bit. Trebuchet's still active. Blackwolds. Oh, Blackwolds coming to slice up some Trolls of the White Hand. That's cool to see. I like that. I like that a lot. Nice. Okay. Cool. Grey Company coming in. Cycle charging. Cycle charging some trolls. I don't know, man. Risky. I would save my cav in order to try to charge the enemy crossbows in the later stages. I think I can genuinely see this coming down to just the enemy crossbows trying to get into a good position to whittle down the enemy and to whittle down the defenders. So just having a few smashes from the Grey Company and the Dundine scouts could be what is needed. Another unit of Black Wolves coming up from hiding. But no, that's quite a nice little counter to the Trolls of the White Hand, in all honesty. But nah, there's so many Uruk-hai infantry on the front lines. They are going to be overwhelmed. But yeah, the sacrifice of the Black Wolves will kill off a good few more, and they will allow everybody else to fall back and form up. But damn, what is there left to form up with? 2 Grey Company units, but both of them I think have used up their ammo. One of the Grey Company has the General of Arthedain inside of it. Trebuchet needs to use up his ammo soon. There's not going to be too many more opportunities. Damn, MP Beckerme has a lot of cav. Really heaps and heaps of cav. Gervais is setting up down here. Now the issue is you're setting up down here, but the enemy is about to breach there. Wardens of Elosteria, and they've actually used up their ammo. Damn. Okay. But they're so gorgeous. I like their sort of like gold and the feathers on their arrows. Ooh. Why are we just... Ugh. I don't know. I don't like that we're just taking the jabs to the face. But I guess somebody's got to take it. No, okay, he is falling back. Dundine scouts coming in, probably to chase some units away. But there's still Nimlothian Honor. No! Yeah, they got hurt from that charge, but not enough. Oh yeah, 82 for 74. Definitely a lot closer than it was before. But we are getting, we are certainly getting to the closing stages now. Marksman trying to open up and over. The issue is low accuracy fire though, and you might end up shooting the Black Wolves in the back. It's a bit too risky. I'd probably hold fire. Now those Black Wolves did actually devour the Trolls of the White Hand, so that's some cool stuff. The Uruk-hai infantry are going to be cleaning them up though, but they're locked morale, so every single one of those guys is going to be dying on the field. And hopefully doing a good bit more damage. Crossbows trying to do their business. And yeah, good. So we do have the Arthedain Rangers looking for a target. Now, are they going to go for those crossbows? That was a largely cancelled shot. I think, yes, it's ploughing through the infantry there. So I don't think it was a cancelled shot. I just think someone can't really shoot through that building. I always laugh at myself when I'm pointing something out and I actually point with my finger at the screen. Just like, yeah. I'm trying to point out like you're right next to me. Treb's still opening up. Damn, that sucks. We've been really unlucky with these shots from the Treb for the defense. Nah, still those crossbows, but they're using their ammunition, but we're not really racking up those real killer shots, which there's not really going to be any great killer shots from this point on. But still, if they're able to use up, if they use up all of their ammo and they don't really get anything devastating from it, it's going to be messy. Now, did those Rangers have fallen back? 75 Rangers with most of their ammo left. 47 enslavers, as long as they don't get hit by the crossbows. As long as those enslavers don't get hit by crossbows. The Treb is coming somewhere, it's moving out. Blade Masters, again, don't let them get hit by crossbows or jabs. Blade Masters alongside Elvill Infantry going toe-to-toe with the Wardens of Elosteria and backed up by some Grey Company. Just get the Grey Company out of the MP Beckerme. Just, you know, once again, this is a situation where I just feel like the defenders need to allow other people to take losses for them for a while. Like, MP Beckerme is, it's noble and it's very nice, but the best thing he can do for his team right now is come in clutch at the end with cycle charging. And the only way... That's naughty. And the only way that he can do that is if he lets his allies actually, you know, deal with the great numbers first. Damn, yeah, those Nazgul coming in have really changed the game. Because those Wardens were going to be butchering their way through quite a few of these guys. The Glade Masters are there too, though. Ooh, that's not fun to see. Yeah, it's not fun at all. Now that Treb, if that Treb has much ammo, it could definitely outshoot the troll catapult. Now where did we move it? We're trying to get it up to the back. Okay, having that trebuchet at the end game, but the attackers just still have. That's cool, nice. You don't get to see building damage be sort of relevant sometimes, but yeah. The attackers still have those crossbows. Oh, I don't know, man. Wardens of the North. Okay, cool. Oh man, if the Wardens of the North could get like a shot on the bloody Nazgul, I would explode. All those Nazgul finish slicing these guys up and they start marching up that slope. The Wardens of the North just batter them with armor-piercing shots. Oh no, that's a lot of Noldor Guard. That is actually something to... Yeah, because that's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... Oh god, oh Jesus, okay. Thank goodness, okay. They did get out. I was worried that was going to be them stuck. Because that's a lot of Noldor Guard that would have just been killed there without doing too much. So it's really nice to see that they've escaped. For the defender's sake, anyway. Elvillain marksman there. Ooh, finished with their bows, of course. What have we managed to catch here? Ah, damn, a few of these cavaliers just shouldn't really be getting caught. You know, they should just be getting on back. Oh, cool, we got some Dunman Pikes. Yeah, cool. And, but yeah. Dunman Pikes, a lot of numbers. And I kind of like that the Arthedain Pikes have been, like, taking the losses, and then the Dunman Pikes, after the enemies used up all of their, like, most of their ranged units, the Dunman Pikes have popped up because they are so fragile. But damn, okay. That's 2 full units of Dunman Pikes. Unless we get them shot up, they can hold out really quite well. Especially when the Enslavers there, a bit of a morale buff for them. Okay. This is not decided. This is most certainly not decided. But if the attackers use their ammo properly, if they use their catapult properly, this is going to be messy. Now, those Wardens, we've still got those 4 Glade Lords. Those 4 Glade Lords are about, so we need to be careful here, dude. Crossbows. See, this is where the cav is used, dude. Get those Grey Company moving and smash these undefended crossbows. Because this is the enemy's, like, this is the attacker's strength here. If you take this out, you know, job's sort of a good one in my mind. Like, I know that catapult can hurt you, but not enough. So, yeah, we need to get those Grey Company moving and getting them. While the enemy's not got them defended. I think I'll probably be speeding it up in a minute because quite a few of these... Oh, no, they're not too far away. I thought the attackers were really far away. Alright, Glade Masters there. Glade Masters, again, they've suffered more from that. You can see they've taken 10 losses since we sort of last saw them. Lurt's Hunting Pack as well. Damn, yeah, that's another powerful range unit to be dealing with. Alright, sort of body piercing there, not armor piercing. Okay, crossbows. Pikes, dear, I think the pikes are kind of just being... Yeah, they've been sort of spread out there, which I appreciate, but no. You don't want them to take damage when you have a cavalry unit that can charge up and do it themselves. Fantastic. Good stuff. Yeah, this is great to see. That's a 71-man unit that I think is going to get busted. Don't shoot at them because you might end up getting friendly fire. You need to save your ammo, what's left of it. That was an unfortunate charge. I really, dropped them down pretty nicely, to be honest. These Dunlending clansmen, but there's only 17 and they were wavering for a minute. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, get out of there. 47. They've taken the crossbows down to 47, but they need to chase that unit away. Hiri Peng are coming forward. 13 clansmen now. Down, yeah, taking out a few more of them. Ugh, be careful with these shots, dude. That better not be the Rangers. No, because I'd hold my fire until people are more clumped up out there. The Enslavers are all the way back here. Yeah, avoid crossbows, dude. You know, you don't need to be there. Nobody's inside. Oh yeah, oh, that's pretty. Yeah, nobody's inside here today. The final sort of choke, well, the final defensive location. the town hall, you could say. We've fallen back. Oh, oh shit! The bed. We've still got arrows. Oh, Dunedain Rangers have actually come out here, slicing up the crossbows. Glade Lords are standing by. Hiri Pen come around to sort of butcher what's left of the Dunedain Rangers. Looks like Twister's sort of... he's trying to actually fire. Which I just don't think... Weird. Yeah, I would just be running my crossbows away, just because the risk that they might end up breaking is quite high. And I probably wouldn't be firing my Grey Company shots into the Glade Lords. I know the temptation to do it, but I just don't think I would do it. I think you're going to be getting a better clump later. I just feel 32 Grey Company, with how much punishment those 3 Glade Lords have been through, I'm pretty sure that 32 Grey Company would take them out. Harlan and Guard, they're actually opening up. Oh, sorry, they're fighting, not shooting. It looks like some sort of captain. Yeah, captain of some sort of Mirkwood unit was just dropped there. Ah, damn. Okay, I'm surprised those Glade Lords got out of there. Oh. They're coming in for another charge. I wouldn't recommend that. Good, Grey Company, just get them. Slice them up. I will slow it down once the fight sort of really kicks off here, which I think is going to be quite soon. Grey Company pulling back out with 24. 1 Glade Lord left. Got a little bit close. Alright, okay. Right, because the thing is, these Dunman Pikes are still spread out, but they could quite quickly tighten together and lower their phalanx. And since they're such a beefy... Oh, that's them doing it. Yeah, you're seeing it. So it doesn't take long. Really does not take long. Yeah, that was fast. Farkin was on the ball there with how to do that in the quickest way you can. Fountain Guard there. There's not really enough Fountain Guard now to just let their skill show through, even up against such a low quality unit as the Dunman Pikes. Yeah, Dunman Pikes did start to take fire though, and that's messy, especially from the Lurtz Hunting Pack. Shit. Elvillan Marksmen, no, they're out. Yeah, it's the Lurtz Hunting Pack. Oh, and the crossbows still. 18 crossbows and 89 crossbows there. If somebody's got to take this beating though... oh, wow. Ouch. Holy smokes, they really got shredded. Warren to the north, you don't want them to get hit by crossbows. You want them to use their swords in melee. Now it's sort of the decision of like who takes this fire. The Arthedain Rangers have popped up, but they're sort of inside of this unit. Hopefully they all fire straight. Nah, dude. That's shit. Just because a few of them are... Yep, Gervais has noticed that though. That's good. Good, quick spot from Gervais to pull them out. Dunman Pikes have already taken so many losses at range there. But, I say, if somebody's got to take this beating, then they can do it, you know? And if the attackers sort of give everything... Oh, fuck. Yeah, they tried to pursue and they just got scared by everything that was around them. That's good. It's good for the attackers for sure. Oh, damn. Yeah, this is another thing, right? So, you've got to keep in mind the morale effect on your own men. And, like, those Dunman Pikes have got to get close to that now. So they've got to be affected by it. Yes, the attackers are going to be. But you've got to look at the quality of the attackers. They've got marksmen, like exceptional men of Gondor. They've got skilled men of Dorwinion. They've got the Uruk-hai of Isengard. Everything here is a good morale unit, whereas your defense relies on your poor morale mountain men. So I just wouldn't. I just would not use... I know you've got the Orc Javs you can maybe scare away with it. Oh, Christ. Ouch. Don't let that happen, dude. You've got the poor morale Orc Javies that you might be able to scare away. I'm probably going to eat my words as they rout in a moment. And that'll be down to the nasty smells. Okay, that's them bolting. They're probably going to come back, though. Still, not so bad. Not so bad. But, as I say, we rely on our Dunmen. Are they just not going to allow that? Because that's sometimes the best course of action as a defender is you assemble up there and then you actually charge down at them. And if they're not ready for it, you overwhelm them. Because, as I say, there's nowhere to hide up here, and if the attackers still have a ranged advantage over you, you're fucked. you're just screwed when you get back here. Ouch. Treb, we need you to counter battery fire that catapult, maybe. Ouch. Marksman there, going toe-to-toe. Damn, that's not what you want to see. Do not want to see the Arthedain Rangers use up their ammo. I really like the Arthedain Ranger swords. Just that slightly sort of yellowish colour to them for some reason just speaks to me. Oh, crumbs. The Trebuchet team are getting sent on N2 now. Right, if this is a countercharge, it needs to be more coordinated than this, guys. It seems to just be sort of an Arthedain and partly Rhudaur launch. Oh, there's 2 units of Arthedain Rangers. Okay, cool. But still, I don't love this myself. Wards of the North, like Arthedain Rangers, used to be locked morale. I don't know if they still are. Actually, I might talk. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they used to be locked morale. But yeah, anyway, they're jumping on in here alongside the ones to the north, who are pretty bold themselves. Yeah, this is a countercharge. I'm keen for this, dudes. I really like that. Yeah, the enemy have the ranged advantage. You've still got some good, stubborn, solid units. You've got cavalry. You've got blade masters. Yeah, get stuck in. Charge. Get them, boys. Get them. I'm really down for this, dude. Wards of the North slicing up those troll cavalry. Troll cavalry is, they're not very good. They're not very powerful trolls. These are the thinking trolls, you know. So yeah, butcher them there. Glade masters there. They'll slow them down. They'll probably but you've got to keep in mind how battered and bruised they are. The ones in the north might be able to take them on, even though the wardens are not dedicated melee fighters. Grey Company moving in to tie up the Lurch Hunting Pack, tie up the crossbows. Uruk-hai infantry coming forward now to stop them. We need, if we're doing this, guys, it needs to be more devoted. We need these enslavers. Oh, come on, dude, come on. If we're doing this, we need to do it hard. We need the pikes down here to provide some rigidity, to slice their way through these Uruk-hai infantry. We need the enslavers to be like just a solid elite unit to take on a hammer guard or something. Because right now those hammer guard are going to be brutalizing everything that's down here, apart from the blade masters, I guess. Oh, come on. We're so close to... Defenders are like so close to possibly tasting victory. Glade guard there, that's not fun to see. But once again, that's another unit that if we have this just a massive beefy unit of Dunman pikes, they might be able to hold that back. You know, there's no armor on the Gondor Glade Guard, so just like a stab, constant stabbage from the Dunman pikes might be enough. Noldor and Guard are up here. Harlingen Rangers, sorry, not Harlingen Rangers, sorry, Arthedain Rangers, just opening up. Oh, absolutely savage, just wrecking the Glade Guard. But yeah, no, this is a good move from Joey. Just get around the back of these guys, butcher them when they don't have enough down here. Slice them up. Hammerguard are still loving that fight. How are the Glade Masters? Glade Masters are loving it. Blade Masters versus Glade Masters. Under normal circumstances, this would really be like a fight of the ages. But those Blade Masters are pretty much untouched, whereas the Glade Masters have been ravaged for a long time now. Noldor and Guard, I do often think of them as an elite unit in their own. You know, like a bodyguard tier unit. They may not be 2 hit points, but they're very, very good. So they can come on forward to slice up some Glade Guard quite nicely. What do we got here? Good stuff. Nice. Farkin is moving up. Farking, not Farkin, is rushing forward. We've got actually some Mithlon pikemen here from Gervais. Interesting. I didn't think we had that. There's not a full unit, of course, but there's something. Nothing more back here. Ooh, yo. Sorry, just a little bit of OCD. Just needed to do that for a minute. Open up. Good. Still just slicing on through these guys here. I don't know, man. Where are we at? 95 for 90. It's really freaking close, actually. Pikes, they've been running. Get them stopped, sort them out. Good stuff, Arking. And yeah, if they just mince their way along the line, just to provide that long range stab damage, it's great. Why are you still running? Why are you still running, Farking? Just hold them. Just hold them. Just get. It's fine. It's fine. Joey's actually pulling back now. I don't think you can do. You can't afford to do that. The enslavers. I know the enslavers are frightening. I don't know what he's running away to. There's nothing to run away to. You're stuck in there, dude. You got those villain infantrymen, but that's not you. If he, I know he doesn't want to lose his general, but the Glade Guard are locked morale. Yeah, no, you got to stay in there, dude. You just got to stay in there. Sacrificing that has just allowed them to push on around with their elite units. I know that those Hammer Guard weren't really going to be able to rack up too many kills up against the Enslavers, and now the Enslavers might get a downhill charge into the back of the Hammer Guard. Oh god, no boys, turn around. Turn around, please. No! Oh, okay, was it? Oh, it's pretty messy. I was about to say it's not actually as bad as I thought it was, but it was pretty bad. Ouch. Oh god, they're getting absolutely brutalized there. But, yeah. Then, up here, crossbows. There's still this one Glade Lord. There still is a Glade Lord. Arthedain's general just dropped, but there's really not much left in the way of Arthedain. Lurt's hunting pack are not bad in melee. They're very, very skilled in melee. And they've still got their body piercing projectiles that can just shred those Dunman pikes if they get a decent arc, which is not going to be easy to do. Urukai infantry are just slowing them down now. Marksmen and Kirandros are still present. Enslavers, the Hammer Guard are running away again. I just don't know where he's going. Don't know where you're going, Joey. 3 troll catapult. There's the banner carrier and then 2 actual trolls. Oh, whoa. His head just popped out. Oh dear. That's strange. Very odd. But yeah. Like, this is good for the this is great for the defenders, that the attackers are just pulling away these exceptional units from the front line. Sorry, burping near the mic. Cav are still present. Just to pester people. Enslavers managed to work their way up there and smash into the Lurch hunting pack. They'll butcher them. The Hiri Peng, as much as I like Hiri Peng, they're not going to stand a chance there. Actually saying that. Oh no, victory is certain. They thought I misread that for a minute. No, dearie me, dearie me. This was a good one. I say I always appreciate when people send me battles. Well, I don't want to say this for certain yet, because there's still actually Nazgul. Ooh. There's still Nazgul, right, okay. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. And I'll look really stupid if I'm wrong. Oh, holy smokes, that catapult's gonna get remanned. Don't let them reman it. Do you need 3 men? I think you need 3 men to operate a catapult, yeah. And there's still this... Whoa, there's still 4 Nazgul. Okay, yeah, no. I'm gonna call it. Yep. This is gonna be a defender victory. That's it. I will feel really dumb if the attackers somehow pull this around. But I do really appreciate when people send me battles that they do lose. You know, I'm always quite keen for that. Because at the end of the day, it's, you know, we play this to have fun. We don't play this to win all the time. And it's good for viewership generally if you come into a battle not knowing who's going to win. Like I love what Mighty Eskimos often done is he actually covers up the minimap, and he covers up the balance of power and everything, so you don't actually know who's sent in the battle. And I think that's a really cool thing because, you know, yeah, like you really have just no idea who's going to win or lose. But yeah, it's because it is kind of annoying if you come in and you think, all right, okay, this is going to be another blue victory again, you know, right off the bat, you know. But so yeah, I do really appreciate. But this is the one thing. Please, you know, when you do send me stuff, please don't tell me who wins. I like to be surprised, and watch it for your how you name battles as well. If you sometimes you might call it 2v2 burst, like just for instance, 2v2 Buhr Sagath W. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what that W means. And then you send me another one later, and it's like, you know, 3v3 Minas Tirith L. And I'm like, all right, cool. I wonder what's gonna happen here then. You know. So I like to be surprised. I like to experience it too, because that's the main reason that I do this. I do this because I enjoy it. You know, so I like to be surprised. last Glade Guard here fighting away. Cheaper sake, we did get down to 95%, so that's pretty fierce. I'll talk about what I think. Yeah, it's the captain of the Glade Guard there. I'll probably talk about this now. I mean, there were mistakes on both sides, definitely. Like there were even though we had some experienced defenders, like Farking's good, Gervais, of course, very, very good. MP Beckerme, he's a solid player too. You know, like, but you see, like there were mistakes there, and there always are gonna be. But the boys handled it. They didn't lose their cool. They were there's still some Nazgul hiding amongst here. They're just gonna ride out the storm for a while longer. But they kept it cool, and they definitely. I have no doubt that there was communication between the boys, which is always key. You need to be speaking to each other. You need to have everybody work on the same wavelength. Don't distract. You know, if you're microing the hell out of something, don't be typing away constantly. That's not what we need to do. But you know, it's important to make sure everybody's aware, especially when you're carrying out some sort of like counter charge, like what they did there. You need to have that said. As for the attackers, I think that, yeah, what I said at the start, just with maybe having a few too many ranged units, was a bit of an issue. We end up, yeah, I thought he'd kill another percentage there. I think it's definitely a few too many ranged units, just because, you know, we can see here, double Marksman of Caerandros, double Gondorian archers, and then the veterans of Osgiliath too. I just think that was maybe slightly overkill. I would maybe suggest to Bilbo, like, consider the Athelian Rangers. I'm jumping around because I really need to pee. But I don't like to do a pause right at the end here, so we'll keep going. Twister, yeah, again, just a lot of ranged power, and it worked out in the end, of course, but, you know, yeah. Then when you've got Mirkwood on your team anyway. But the big thing, let the orcs do the dying, or let the stubborn, heavily armored men do the dying. Let the elves survive, and you've kind of got to be a bit. You got to allow your enemy to. Well, you've got to allow your ally to die for you sometimes. But anyway, thank you very much, and I'll see you later.